Up, fellow YouTubers? King Cobra JFS back at you with another video. So Jennifer Molesky has made a video called Woman's Unrealistic Expectations and Why They Have Them. Why? You know, if a man had made a video like this, he would be called a sexist so quickly it's not even funny. So when you hear a woman making videos about this topic, you're just like, oh, this ought to be a gas. This ought to be a laugh. I just got done doing a pretty awesome live stream earlier. So I figured for the sake of gender relations and gender equality, let's do another video, shall we? Yes. Right off the bat, women and men go through similar shit as far as body positivity and confidence, etc., etc. You know, us men are made to feel less attractive if our muscles and our dicks aren't huge. And women are made to feel less attractive if their ass and their titties aren't huge. And it's stupid. It really is. Sometimes you just gotta appreciate what you got, you know? What I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? They tell you you ain't big enough or you ain't good enough. Fuck them. Right? That being said, I've seen some attractive women who have smaller titties, and I've seen some attractive women who are a little bit heavy set, but they carry their weight well, you know. Women's lib. Women's lib! Let's drink to it. Jennifer Molesky made this video, and I'm just like, huh? What? We're going to examine some cold but unfair truth in this video. If my gender relations videos offend you, there's the back button. The biggest question people say is, Cobra, you haven't had a girlfriend in 3 years. Why the fuck are you the person to be giving dating advice? Because I've listened to the complaints of women and men over the years, and I hear what both sides are bitching about, and that's how I make my conclusion. That's how I give my advice. And some people dig it, some people are just like, oh, well, fuck Cobra, who is he, you know. Oh, at some point I will be taking a break from YouTube and just watching the magic unfold, but, for now, let's do some videos, you know. Got me some beer, a little bit of Bacardi Gold, and yeah, I'm fit to do a video response. I mean, this is a question. Now, if a woman had made this video, nobody says shit, but if a man made it, oh, by golly, you'd be hearing sexism from the hills and back. Because they would be screaming it, dude. And one thing that I hate about the dating scene, honestly, is that it's difficult for every adult, regardless if you have Asperger's or not. So I'm like, instead of focusing on myself getting some companionship, let's see if we can improve the entire dating scene as a whole. Seems like a pretty noble cause, you know? Preaching gender equality on my channel over here. I'll drink to that. You know, when women want a man, they think of I Need a Hero by Bonnie Taylor. You know, they want a strong man, right? Well, men also want a strong woman. They'll deny it. There are some men who are incredibly sexist about it, but deep down inside, when you got a woman that's just as strong as you are, for me it's not a turn off, it's a turn on. There's a woman who's not afraid to take charge and own her life. And say she don't need a man in her life telling her what the fuck to do. She does her own shit. She gets her own hustle on. So female empowerment is very sexy to me. That's just my personal opinion. And a lot of women will stay in toxic relationships because they feel like they're not good enough for a real man. Or they fucking feel like, oh hey, that's all they're used to, so you know. A lot of the people call my fans / trolls on YouTube toxic. They call it a toxic YouTube relationship. And that's something completely different. But here's the thing of it. Not only am I doing things with my life, but I'm also contributing to society to make it a better place. So we're gonna drink a beer and we're gonna watch this chick do what she do best. And here's my opinion on the whole thing. If you don't like it, okay, that's just your opinion, because I'm sharing my opinion, you know? This is not meant to attack anyone. This is just me trying to help improve gender relations. Which, fellas, if you want to smell like a stud, get yourself some Tactical Soap. Coupon code King Cobra will get you 10% off your next order now. Yeah, the Grondike Soap affiliate link in the description box below helps me out, and I can help you out with that coupon code. So I tell you what, you start making that money, you're like, hey, you know what? I want to smell good for the ladies. Ask yourself, do you want to smell good for the ladies? If the answer is yes, then what are you waiting for? Tactical Soap's got you covered. Listen up. The soap I shower with is the shit. Because I'll let you in on a little secret. Tactical Soap makes women horny. So if you want to smell like a stud, coupon code King Cobra. Here's the best part of it. If you're a gentleman about it, don't abuse the power of the soap. Just because it makes a woman horny doesn't mean she's gonna fuck your brains out as soon as she smells it, so don't get it twisted. Excuse me. Now, Tactical Soap does not guarantee you'll get laid, but it guarantees you'll smell good for the ladies. Right now I'm rocking the God of War Pheromone Beard Oil, which leaves my beard soft and smelling sexy. And then I got that Bond Tactical Soap for my body, and it smells, the combination smells good. With like a little bit of Axe body wash for shampoo. It's a nice clean masculine scent and it smells good. Now, having a soap that makes women horny, some women might think that's unfair. With all due respect, ladies, it's not that hard to make a man horny. And women know this, okay? No disrespect, but women know this. All you gotta do is show up to the bar and men are interested. You know? There are some women out there who go all out, put on a nice, sexy, tight red dress, a little bit of makeup, and the whole 9 yards. And there are men who are into that shit, you know? But really, ladies, when it comes to attracting your male counterpart, you overthink it just a little bit. Some basic female grooming and a little bit of smell goods, and you're ready to go. Women sit there fucking freaking out about the clothes they have to wear, like, oh my god, you know what I'm saying? Seriously, ladies, you overthink it. Us men are very simple. But okay, Jennifer made this video. She's just like, why do women have unrealistic expectations and then get away with it? Because that's pussy privilege, sweetheart. And if you don't like it, fellas, then you can push a baby out your asshole or out your dick hole and then whine about how your sex has more privilege. Like, fuck off, dude. But yeah, keep in mind if a man made a video like Jennifer made, people would call that man a sexist. They'd be like, you're just attacking women. Like, I'm seriously over society shit. Thank you for those of you who tuned in to watch my last live stream. Appreciate it.
Why, oh why, do women have unrealistic expectations of men and a skewed sense of self? I have some ideas.
Yep. Why do women have unrealistic expectations and skewed views of themselves? I got some ideas because women are put underneath way too much pressure to always look their prettiest. And on top of that, you gotta be tougher than the boys. Whereas men are put underneath all this goddamn pressure to be the strong, silent type and not show any emotion. And you gotta be tougher than women, otherwise you're a huge pussy. And I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds oddly similar, doesn't it? Well, what the fuck do I know? I just have Asperger's. According to some people, I drink too much. That my opinion doesn't matter because I'm an alcoholic. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck all of you and fuck double standards. By all of you, I mean the trolls, of course. The people who are just sitting here going, oh geez, I wonder when Cobra's gonna die with all the alcohol he's drinking. There are people out there who watch me for the train wreck factor of my videos. And then there are people who watch me for everything, because I do provide some sort of entertainment for YouTube. Which, fellas, if you want to smell like a stud, get yourself some Tactical soap. It's made in the good old state of North Carolina. It's all natural. Soap for men to smell like men. Biggest complaint I've heard women say is men stink. They smell gross. So we come up with the soap that women love, and you make shit so you don't smell gross. You actually smell like a stud and a rock star. True testament from one of my female fans who bought a couple of soap bars for her husband. She literally said, and I quote, that her man has never smelled sexier. And we got an of-age female fan who was buying the soap for her husband saying, "Yo, Cobra, thank you for the recommendation." Like, yeah, that's how you get shit done, son. Listen up, the soap I shower with is the shit. Because I'll let you in on a little secret. Tactical soap kicks ass. Yeah. Most men are going pheromone soap. Huh. This sounds too good to be true. Well, guess what? It's not. You go to the bar with some of this Tactical soap on, women everywhere are going to be like, that dude smells good. And how much money would you pay for that? To have that sexiness and that confidence on your skin. And, you know what I'm saying? Because when you wear a Tactical soap, it's like having a wingman on your skin. Oh boy. But Jennifer Molesky makes this video on why women have high expectations. And you know what gets me about this crap is when men have high expectations, we get called a sexist, a chauvinist, a pig, or you're just being unrealistic. Women have the same exact desires to some degree, and nobody says shit about it. I mean, I'm not bitching about it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, bro, what? If it's not okay for men to do, then it certainly shouldn't be okay for women to do. I mean, that is true gender equality after all. But there are some women who don't want to acknowledge it. I say some. Some women who don't want to acknowledge it because they would rather acknowledge it when they're being victimized, or when women in general are being victimized. Then they'll acknowledge it as gender equality and blah blah blah. But there are some women who refuse to acknowledge when it happens to a man, and society does the same shit. So coincidentally, now all of a sudden, when the stereotype for men is all we want is pussy and blah blah blah, how is it rape if it happens to a man? All men want is sex. You know, it's dumb, dude. Which gives this notion that women support a victimhood, you know? And it makes men look like the universal assholes on top of it. And believe me, there's nothing empowering about that, ladies. You know what I'm saying? Women are just as strong as men. Even though genetically speaking, men are tougher, that doesn't mean shit. Women are just as strong as men. I don't like it either. You want to argue the science on that one? Like, oh my God, Cobra is such a sexist. Did he really just say what I think he just said? Men are genetically tougher than women, but sometimes women are tougher than men. It really depends on the situation and the person. Believe me, ladies, you want to be the tougher sex next time you're having your period, and you want people to feel sorry for you, and people just look at you and go, oh honey, it's just menstrual cramps. Suck it up and quit being a pussy about it. Believe me, ladies, you would hate it. And men, okay, you would hate having a period. So that being said, we're all on the same fucking page over here. Oh, you know, when a man gets kicked in the balls, everyone laughs their asses off. Like, oh my God, that dude got racked in the balls. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Or like, you kick a woman in her pussy and nobody laughs at that. They're just like, you piece of shit, why'd you do that? No, gender relations are a bitch because it makes us acknowledge a bunch of uncomfortable truths, like women and men pretty much go through the same shit. It's just formed differently. According to Jennifer Molesky, you gotta blame victimhood and modern feminism. The problem with that is feminism is not the problem. Whenever we talk about the feminist movement as a whole, people think of some crazy radical cunt who's got her hair dyed 10 different colors and she's screaming, fuck the patriarchy. And that's what people think of when they think of the word feminism. It's disgusting how the assholes and the stereotypes ruin it for everyone.
Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Molesky. This is my YouTube channel. Today I just want... I've been thinking about this a little bit in the whole mess of brain soup that I think about every day. And I just came up with some opinions. Now these are not solutions. They're just reasons why it might...
Okay, the thing about having just opinions, Jennifer, no offense to you, is everyone's got opinions. Fuck the opinions, let's find a solution, you know? And maybe we can find a solution through people's opinions. That's really... meh.
Might be so. Reasons why it might be so. So stick with me if you want, and if not, I'll see you another time. So here we are, we're moving from a pair bonding culture to a promiscuous culture.
Okay, so according to Jennifer Molesky, we are moving from a pair bonding culture to a promiscuous culture. No such thing, and here's why I say no such thing. Because our society is obsessed with sex. And then they tell us not to be obsessed with it. It's hypocritical as shit. You want further proof to what I'm saying is correct? Look at the way adults are treated on the dating scene. There is way too much goddamn pressure for men to get laid and for women to get married.
Or the culture is trying to decide where it's going to settle. And we used to have a great system that was created out of evolutionary necessity.
So according to Jennifer Molesky, we've had a great system created out of evolutionary... yeah.
Rather than the top 5, 10, 15, 20% of men getting all the women and the other 80% just moping,
Okay, you know what? If you're moping because you don't have a girlfriend, suck it up, pussy. It could be worse. Your dick still works, don't it? You can still get your dick hard, bust a nut to a hot porno that you're watching on the internet. You know? Okay, so just remember, it could be worse. But based off of evolutionary bullshit, yes, men have always provided for their woman, but now gender roles are reversing, and it's a confusing time we live in.
And being without a pair bonding opportunity was created, where men realized that if they agreed to share their provisions to a valuable woman, that she would...
That's true for both sexes, Jennifer. Women and men agree to share their valued possessions with each other because they're trying to find a suitable life partner. It's the cycle of life. And albeit the cycle of life sucks, because there's all this pressure for women and men to look good and to be on their best behavior, to keep their opinions to themselves.
would stay with him and be true to him. And this was really wonderful for the human experience, because now every man, regardless of their looks or their height or their, I don't know how fast they could create a fire, would have a woman to have a family, to cook, to be...
You know, that is all fun and dandy, but again, you're putting way too much pressure on women to have kids and get married and for men to get laid. That's where the hookup culture that we live in sucks. Is even though you're not ready for kids, even though the woman you're with is just not your type, you feel so pressured by society to go out and make it happen. And then, lo and behold, major shocker. But Jennifer Molesky hasn't quite told us why women have unrealistic expectations. And here's the best part of it. If women have unrealistic expectations, they get told, well, that's just a woman's needs. If you can't handle that, then I guess you can't be a real man. But if men have unrealistic expectations, we get called sexist, we get called pigs, we get called chauvinistic, etc., etc. And fellas, if you don't like it, then push a baby out your asshole and tell me how it really feels, you know?
be with, to love, a warm body, to lighten the load. The system worked really well. But with the advent, I think, of birth control, we have women who are going back to the promiscuity model. And in large part because of feminism and women going to...
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we fucking go, YouTube. A woman blaming feminism for the way we have... Oh my god, dude, stop. Feminism is not the problem. This is what women need to realize. The problem is the way the situation is being handled. Feminism in itself is a very positive movement for women. It teaches them empowerment. It says, hey, you know what? You are a woman, here you roar. Burn the bras. And fuck sexism. But when feminism starts getting used as a propagandic agenda to support sexism towards men, then the movement's completely lost. People are no longer focusing on why these women are fighting for their causes. They're now focused on, oh geez, these women are kind of bitchy. Like, what the fuck? I'm a decent guy. I haven't done nothing to upset them. What have I, you know what I'm saying? And the problem lies, and here's the goddamn truth of it, when white men and just men in general start feeling persecuted for shit they didn't do, they're gonna retaliate, and they're gonna be like, hey, this isn't fair, blah blah blah. And then the cycle never fucking ends. We got racism and sexism for days, and people are sitting there pointing fingers like it's all the Democrats' fault, or it's all the Republicans' fault, blah 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 fucking blah.
Into the workforce, men have less of an ability to make enough money for themselves, let alone a woman or a family.
Oh, here we go, bitching about the gender wage gap. And you know what? I get so much crap for being a male. But to be fair, women get crap for being females, so I guess it evens out. And furthermore, I hear some people say the gender wage gap's a myth, blah, blah, blah. Then I hear, now I've heard women say that women get paid less, and then you got Jennifer Molesky over here saying men get paid less. I'm just like, all these mixed opinions. Who do you really trust? Who do you really believe, you know? That's the bigger question.
This is a tough time, to be sure. We are in flux. But men are taking advantage of this promiscuity model. They can get women to have sex with them, and they don't even have to spend any money.
I guess according to Jennifer Molesky, men are taking advantage of this promiscuous society we live in. They don't have to spend money to fuck a chick. That's bullshit. I'll tell you why it's bullshit. Because what's the standard go-to when men are at a bar trying to get women to notice them? Hey, bartender. What's up? Hey, you see that cute goth chick sitting on the other side of the bar? Yeah, I see her. What's up? I want to buy her a drink. Whatever she wants, put it on my tab. And last time I checked, men spend a lot of money to protect our PR. It's ridiculous. Nobody seems to say shit when a woman divorces a man and takes him for everything he's got except the clothes on his back. But the second a man's a piece of shit to a woman, that's all anyone ever talks about. And I'm like, if we're refusing to acknowledge that when women are shitty to men, and all we do is focus on when men are shitty to women, then it's not going to improve gender relations. It's just going to make shit worse. You're going to create this victimhood mentality for women, and you're going to make men look like the universal asshole. That's kind of unfair for both. What the fuck does my opinion matter? Then again, people look at me and go, well, Cobra, you haven't had a girlfriend in 3 years, plus you're a white male, so you don't get to speak on these issues. And I'm like, the fuck I can't? You can agree or disagree with me, I don't care. That's just subject to opinion, but if we're talking about improving gender relations, then double standards need to end for both sexes, period. Enough said on that.
I don't even have to offer any provisions at all. And that's great for men, but it's very bad for assisting women to help them understand what their actual value is. With a pair bonding model,
here's the thing of it, Jennifer, and I agree with you on this. Women don't realize how valuable they are in society. The reason why it took women so long to join the military is because women were seen as more valuable in our society. If a man got killed on the front lines, who gives a shit? Dicks are easy to replace. Women are the ones that actually bear children. So, for our fucking sexist society. But now we live in a society where women can serve along men in the military. So if you really want to have this discussion, and yes, this stereotypical rule of man must provide for his woman. And people forget to acknowledge that women are just as capable of providing for their relationship as men. It's ridiculous. Now, I'm not making any assumptions about Jennifer. I'm not doing nothing. This is just a friendly video response. Having a beer, just kind of be like, you know what, this is how I feel.
it was just too risky outside of commitment to have sex with a rando because that could create a child. And at the end of the day, the woman's risk was greater than the man's because she was...
That being said, the woman's risk on the dating scene is a lot greater than the man's, simply because women can get pregnant. And that's what most men fail to realize, is that, to some degree, men don't realize how good we have it on the dating scene. But that argument can also be said for women. Because of that risk that women can get pregnant from the dating scene, they have more privilege in our society in certain areas. The thing about this is both women and men have privilege, and both women and men are victimized. But when we focus on one side of the argument and not the whole argument, this is where the problems arise. You get people sitting there pointing fingers going, oh, you know what I'm saying?
was stuck with that responsibility. So she would choose a man who would offer her life partnership and provisions for her and her child. So the pair bonding model distributed some of the control to men too. So they weren't just on the outside waiting for a woman to choose them, they were part of the choosing process. They had power. They got to choose who they'd share their provisions with.
You know what, Jennifer, in all honesty, both genders have that power. The choice to choose who they share their provisions with. And here's the thing of it. Here's the thing of it. Here's the thing of it. Here's the thing of it, YouTube. Women and men choose subjectively who they're going to spend the rest of their life with. So a real man will be like, hey, you know what? He got his woman pregnant. Now he's going to own up to the responsibilities and man up and help her raise that kid. Give that kid a strong male role model in their life. Which, don't get it twisted, a strong male role model is just as important as a strong female role model. It's the yin and the yang of life. Now, there have been some people who have been raised solely by their grandmother or mother, etc. And some of these people, that they turn out pretty good, you know? But then you got generalization. Oh, shit. I should be passing out and having a sleep, but staying up late, having a drink, bitching about gender relations on YouTube. What else is new?
And in order to be offered a provisionary relationship, the women had to have some value. So
I guess because of the previous way our society did hookup culture, in order to have value in the society we live in, women had to realize their value. And the thing that women don't realize is sometimes women have more privilege than men while continuing to cunt groan about the sexist crap that men do. And then if you refuse to acknowledge the sexist crap that women do, you're just as bad as the men you complain about. And on top of that, you make your own gender look bad, so there's that. But women, you have a lot more value in society than you realize. Women don't have to offer pussy to get what they want, and you know that's the cold truth. All she has to do is pretend to be interested, and there are these men out there who are just suckers for that shit. Like, oh my god, she touched her. But you want a bitch because men have the upper hand in certain situations. Let me tell you something, ladies. If a man tried pulling that crap, unless he's super good looking to that chick, it ain't gonna fucking happen. He tries touching her arm, she's gonna be like, get away from me, you rapist. If men are super forward with their flirting, it gets seen as a problem. When women do it, no one says shit. On the flip side of that argument, men can have sex without being judged, but if women have it, they get called sluts and whores. But then on top of that, if men go out of their way to make their woman happy, regardless of sex, we get called simps. So in some way, shape, or form, it starts to even out with these social behavioral patterns that we experience in our society. But again, what do I know? I'm just a simple autistic white male. Apparently I don't know shit.
she acted valuable. She learned valuable things. She did valuable things. She became valuable. But now men will have sex with practically anyone. So in a woman's mind, she's confusing that sex with her value. She thinks that...
Okay, there was a good big difference between good sex and good values. That's basically what Jennifer Molesky is saying, and I agree with that 1000%. You know, If you can find a woman that gives you good sex and she has good values that coincide with your values, and people around you are just like, hey, you know what? You two make a cute couple. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's how you know, hey, you know what? I found someone. Right? Or like, hey, Cobra, ever since you hooked up with such and such person, I've noticed a huge change in your personality.
That men, if they have sex with her, they see her as valuable. Here's something
Here's something I gotta say, women, don't confuse your sex life with your moral values. Okay? And don't be afraid to make a man work for it. The same could be said for men in that regards. Because here's the thing of it, ladies. I've seen men do some stupid shit to try to get some pussy. That's the truth, dude. Okay, all the dudes who watch my videos, you already know. You know, sitting there boasting about the life you don't have, or sitting there trying to overhype your shit because you want her to feel like, oh, this guy's, you know what I'm saying? So I know. Believe me, I know.
sex is not valuable in a promiscuous culture. Hey,
No shit. Sex is not valuable in a promiscuous culture. Well, no shit, Jennifer. Fucking preach. In a society where sex sells, of course it's not valuable.
a quick thing. A lot of people say that this message is not getting out to women because there's men in the comments. Men, a lot of you also say that it'll take a woman to help change the minds of women. Share this video with a woman. Just share it with a woman. Or not.
Why is it, YouTube, that opinions like this are so gender based. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, oh, it takes the opinion of a woman to change a woman's opinion. Or it takes the opinion of a man to change a man's opinion. The fuck out of here with that stupid shit. See what's new on Teespring. You have a payout for $16.25. Yes, please start a payout. Do appreciate y'all's buying the merchandise.
Of course, you have freedom. If you like this message, share it with a woman. Number 2, promiscuity skews the woman's beauty. Because women naturally want the best they can get, right? The top tier.
Okay, women want the best they can get naturally. You know, men are the same way, dude. And don't give me this crap about women's beauty, blah, 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 because I already know. Women are put underneath way too much pressure to look their prettiest. So when a man compliments them and says, "Hey babe, you look good," she can feel 2 things. 1, disgusted because patriarchy and the male pig tells her to hate it. But 2, she feels confident with herself because it's been validated.
Kind of man. Just as you probably would if you're a man listening, right? You'd rather have Giselle than me or a Chelsea Clinton doppelganger. That's normal. It's okay. I accept it. But when you have a promiscuous society and a woman who's playing in that game, she's getting multiple partners because she thinks she's so pretty. Now she has an unrealistic idea of her value and her beauty.
Yeah, if women are getting attractive to less attractive assholes, etc., if women are getting dating partners based off the fact of they're attractive and they're available, yes, women can get an unrealistic expectation of the dating scene and their beauty. The same can be said for men in that regards.
She's starting to become spoiled. Number 3, because women are brought up in this feminist society, they tend to think that men vet women as a partner the same as they do.
Okay, you know what? No. Blame feminism for this crap. Here we go again with the blame feminism crap. Here's the thing of it. You just explain the truth, okay? Feminist women will hire men just like men hire women. When it comes to dating, you are hiring that person for a job. The job being you and her's relationship. And if you want to sit here and be like, oh hey, blah blah blah.
Women think that the resume,
which is further proof that what have I said before, YouTube, that relationships are a job. And when you're applying for that relationship, the resume is you dating, the relationship then becomes the job. But what do I know? I'm just an autistic.
resume that they are looking for in a partner is the same resume that the man is looking for. So, did you guys see the video that I was poking fun at Tomi Lahren? I was making fun of her a lot. And I'm sure she's a nice girl. It was just red pill rage, maybe. She was looking for a strong, ambitious, attractive man that had shit going on. Because that...
Okay, so apparently, in case it wasn't obvious, Jennifer Molesky was making fun of Tomi Lahren because Tomi Lahren wants a man who's equally as successful as she is. And I'm like, you know what? Giving someone crap for that is kind of unfair, considering everyone has standards.
That's what her and her friends were doing. That's who her and her friends were. So she thought that men of that kind of value would value her and her friends the same way that she valued a man that had those characteristics.
Here's the thing of it. Just because you and your friends have shit going on doesn't mean you're going to be valued the same. Every person has different valued opinions. That being said,
it's not the same. It's not true. Men and women are different. Men and women are different. Women are not...
No. Stop. Let me finish snacking on these Mountain Dew Doritos. Let me tell you something. Now let me fucking tell you something about this shit. What was it that she said? Hold up.
That's who her and her friends were. So she thought that men of that kind of value would value her and her friends the same way that she valued a man.
Okay, here's the thing of it, and then the double standard you have to acknowledge is that if men acted like Tommy Loren and said, "Oh, I demand that you be as sexy and attractive and career-driven as me, and I also demand that you blah, blah, blah." It's never seen as sexist when women have unrealistic expectations, but when a man has them, oh by golly, you never hear the end of it. This is why I say that women and men go through similar shit. And the sooner they realize it, the easier it's going to become to understand your female partner. Or ladies, your male, you know what I'm saying?
That had those characteristics. It's not the same. It's not true. Men and women are different. Men and women are different. Women are not.
Okay, just because women and men live in different worlds and we're different in general doesn't mean shit. Because we go through similar crap.
Taught that anymore. They're being taught that we're the same. Everyone's the same.
Yeah, the problem with this argument is Jennifer Molesky is kind of right, but at the same time, I'm also kind of right. So we're getting a broader perspective on things. Phone's blowing up like no other, dude.
It's not true. Number 4, they watch TV. They watch TV. I can't find any scientific data to back this up, but think about the news source that people watch. They watch it every day, every day, every day, every day, and they begin to believe it. That is true, true, true. It's the same with movies and TV show. You become familiar with the character. Just like if you watch me a lot, you start to become familiar with my character. You think that, well, I don't know what you think, but if I had a TV show, you might think that that's how real life is. And with feminism taking over this culture's media and...
Okay, stop. Jennifer Molesky, stop. It's not feminism, it's the extremist feminists. There's a difference. It's the cunts that ruin it for every woman in the whole fucking movement. And it's not just them, it's also the fucking asshole men who use feminism to get down. There are men who use feminism just to get down a girl's pants, and it makes women think all men are the same, that the feminist movement's just bullshit, blah blah blah. And long story short, everyone's pissed off about something, everyone's got a headache.
Being in control, no, and being the creators of movies and TV, women are being force-fed like gooses being fattened up for foie gras. They are force-fed this idea that life is a certain way. That women...
To be fair, Jennifer Molesky, men are being force-fed the same crap, that life is a certain way. But it's the truth, life is a certain way. And when you go out of your way to explain it how it is, and people just look at you like you're a dumbass, they're the ones with the problem, while you're the smart motherfucker going, I got shit figured out, man.
Women are strong and capable and can do anything, and they don't need a man until...
Drink to it.
Until they decide that they're ready for a man.
You know what? Exactly. Women are just as strong as men. And when they decide that they don't need a man right now, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do until they decide they're ready to settle down. Guess what, ladies? Men are the same way. Us men are just as strong as any woman. And when we decide, okay, we're going to settle down, that's when you find adults who are mutually on the same speaking ground as you, and they're like, hey, you know what, I dig what this person is laying down. That's when magic starts to happen, right?
And then they'll just find one, and life will be perfect. That man will be perfect. What does that mean exactly? I don't know, and neither do they.
And at the end of the fucking day, listen here, Jennifer. When women and men find the partners that are good for them versus what society tells them to look for, it's a different story, isn't it?
They just know they'll be happy. Number 5. Oh yeah, okay. So they don't know what exactly it is that will make them happy because not many women have taken a deep dive into how they would actually construct or what a awesome blissful life means, or as close to bliss as we can have it right now. I think that bliss is having a solid relationship with someone that you respect, someone who...
Oh yeah, the age-old stereotype that women don't know what they want, so of course they act accordingly. Right. Truth be told, Jennifer, sometimes dudes don't know what they want, so when these two kinds of people meet, it's just, meh.
You can't, a man who you cannot walk all over. But as far as they're concerned, or some are concerned,
I think everyone wants that. They want a partner who you can't walk all over them. They're not going to walk all over you. They're going to support you sexually and physically. Like, if you look at your dating partner right now and say, hey, that's mine. That's my rock. That's my foundation. Or, hey, they support me in all my endeavors. And they keep me satisfied in the bedroom. You're going to look at yourself like, hey, you know what? That's mine. No one else can have that. No one else can have what we have. And you start looking at the situation as a we instead of it's just me or it's just her, you know?
As far as they know, as some know, as far as they see from TV, this is how it works. They rule the man is weak, the woman is strong. Bliss.
Okay, you know what? This attitude that some women have, that the man is weak and that the woman is strong, check your privilege, sweetheart. Because if men were so fucking weak, how come it took you ladies this long to join the fucking military? How come women have had to fight for their rights since the 1960s? And you want to sit there and say men are weak? That's hilarious. Men don't have to suffer with periods or giving birth to children. And for that, I'm sympathetic with you ladies on that. I'm just saying, for some of these fucking cunts out there who think, oh, men are just pussies, let me tell you something. You got it backwards, Sister Sledge. And if you think I'm a sexist for saying this crap, go fuck yourself. This idea that women are stronger than men, or that men are stronger than women, fuck all that, okay? Even though genetically speaking, men are usually tougher than women, that doesn't mean shit. There are some badass women out there who kick ass, and there are some pussified men. And when you have this, it creates this fucking gender-based stereotype that either one sex is tougher than the other sex, and they don't refuse, they don't refuse the drama, but they refuse to acknowledge the bullshit that their side plays in the situation, and it's fucking frustrating.
Number 6. Fewer and fewer women truly love themselves. Lots of reasons for this. Here's one. Absent fathers is a big one. The one man in their life that was supposed to be there to show them love and teach them love wasn't there.
Oh my god, dude. Goes back to what I said earlier about how if you have a child, a strong male role model is just as important as a strong female role model.
They're going to be desperate to find someone to fill that void. They don't know how to do it. They didn't have a man and wife, a mom and dad, who showed them, the child, the woman, the girl, how to love each other, what that even means, what that even takes. Now you add that with a false sense of beauty and a false sense of value. I think that women kind of know that their value and their beauty is not as high as they are taught it to be. And it's a crush. It's a crush to them, but they can't, they refuse to come to terms with it until they do come to terms with it, because I think a lot of women do. But until then, they're not able to give.
What Jennifer Molesky is basically saying is that women are starting to realize that just because you have a pussy, don't think you have value in our society. Don't think you're more highly valued than someone else just because of your genitalia or your position in society. Then you turn around and bitch because men are the same way you are. There are some men who think just because they got a penis and some rights, they think they can just control the world, and it's disgusting. Well, women are just as vindictive as men, don't get it twisted.
Solid love or receive solid love. For anyone watching this, there is not one man out of you who can gain the favor of a broken woman. Don't try.
Oh, don't try. This fucking attitude, that's the fucking shit that pisses me off about the dating scene more than anything. Is, okay, the man is broken, or the woman is broken, and you're never gonna find true connection. Just don't try. What's the point? Well, just think of it, Jennifer. You haven't met guys like me who actually give a shit. You know? And sometimes anything that's broken can be repaired. It just takes time, you know? This idea that, oh, she's a broken woman, don't try to fucking fix her, you can't. You know, maybe men are not trying to fix you, honey. They're just trying to make you feel like a real woman should be made to feel like she's loved, appreciated, respected, and sexualized to a degree where she feels sexy because her man thinks she's sexy. And you want to call me a sexist for saying it? Men are the same way, dude. When you got a woman that you're dating and she thinks you're the sexiest piece of ass she's ever laid, oh, trust and believe, men are the same way. Don't get it twisted.
Try, please. Number 7. Have you, whether you're a man or a woman, ever asked a woman what she brings to the table?
Hey, what?
Number 7. Have you solid love or received solid love? For anyone watching this, there is not one man out of you who can gain the favor of a broken woman. Don't try.
That's like saying, okay, if you're a broken man, don't try to gain the favor of him, ladies. He don't trust women, blah, blah, blah. It's stupid, dude.
Please. Number 7. Have you, whether you're a man or a woman, ever asked a woman what she brings to the table? We need to be asking this of...
Ask the bigger question. What are you both bringing to the table? Why is it that when it comes to relationships, it's all about what the man provides or what the woman provides, never about what each other provide? Real question.
Of ourselves. If you're a woman, I'm a woman. I ask myself this. Ask your female friends, men out there, ask your female friends, because they're not asked it enough. They consider everything about what a man has to do to be worthy of them.
That's actually a fair point, Jennifer. There is a lot of pressure for men to provide and be the perfect man. And it's all about what the man can provide for his woman. It's never equal when it comes to that issue, because no one stops and says, hey, what can the woman provide equally as much as her man? They never say that shit. It's all about what us men can do. Again, the pressure just falls on men to make the first move. But as soon as men make the first move, we get told, oh, you're being rapey. Oh, you're being too aggressive with your flirting. You're just a typical male. Okay, you can't turn around and say you expect men to make the first move, and as soon as we do, you're saying, oh, you're being too aggressive with your flirting. It doesn't work like that, you two. I can't believe we gotta have this idiot fucking conversation.
And they don't do much considering what they bring to the table. And I think if more women actually thought about some of these things and asked each other the question, then things would start to move. Things would actually change.
Things would actually change if women and men started asking each other, hey man, what do you have to validate the relationship you're in? This is not just a woman's issue, this is also a man's issue. You have to physically ask yourself, hey, you know what do I have to provide for this situation?
And my last one that I have is men and women are allowing some women to think and be like this.
It's not, okay, really? No, okay, stop. Men and women are allowing some women to act like this. Okay, men and women are also allowing some men to act like this. When you let the assholes get away with the shit that they do, It makes both sides look bad. Don't give me that crap.
Too many men are allowing these women to think like this and act like it around them. I would like men to up their standards of who they'll sleep with.
Okay, it doesn't work like that, Jennifer Molesky. I'm sorry, but it's the fucking truth. If men try to up their standards on who the fuck they sleep with, they get called a typical male pig. If women up their standards, we get told, well, a woman just has her needs. So if you don't like it, tough shit, pussy. You can't meet her standards. So I wish it worked like that. If men tried to up their standards just like women, we get told we're fucking horrible pieces of shit. And I'm like, okay, so women aren't horrible for having ridiculous standards? You know? I'm serious. If men are not allowed to have ridiculous standards, then women should not be allowed to have them either. That's called gender equality. And if you disagree with it, you can suck my cock.
I want men to respect their dick a little more and don't enter an unworthy person.
Oh, respect the dick a little bit more, huh? Shit. Jennifer Molesky, don't even give me that crap about respecting dick. What the fuck, dude? Look, I'm proud of what I got, dude. And if I'm in the mood to fucking fire one off to a hot chick on the internet, it's gonna happen. Regardless of what anyone has to say. The only dick I want to see is my own dick and be like, oh damn, I'm proud of what I got. Okay, hold up a second. I want women to respect themselves. Be like, hey, you know what? If one guy says I'm too fat for his standards, that's okay. I have standards too. I'll find a guy who will appreciate me for the size that I am. That's what I want. And men need to be the same way. Some chick laughs at them because their muscles or their dick are too small. You need to say to yourself as a man, you know what? I'll find a woman who will appreciate what I got. So fuck all these cunts rejecting me. I feel like if both sides had that attitude, things would change. That's my opinion.
Be stuck up if you have to. I don't care. And women, please question your female friends about what they bring to the table. Start a women's group where you learn from each other about femininity, not how to compete with men. Not a women's group, a women's goddess group that competes with men.
Oh, the fucking idea that you can't have a woman's goddess group without it being about some other bullshit. That's what pisses me off about the whole thing, dude. Women cannot empower themselves with the thought of being an empowered, strong goddess, realizing her full potential, without being told, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's so dumb. The idea that men can't be told, well, all you men want is pussy, and the standard never changes. So I actually agree with Jennifer Molesky. Like, sit here and, you know, go to female groups that make you feel empowered and strong. But don't sit there and say that it's all women's fault. A self-hating woman is pretty sad to watch. And again, I'm not attacking no one. This is just my opinion. You can take it or leave it with a grain of salt. Keep in mind, if men said the crap that Jennifer Molesky is saying, hooey.
Go back to ancient, old school feminism. No, I'm sorry, feminist. Go back to old school feminine nature. Tap into that. Tap into it.
What is old school feminine nature by your definition?
Said I wasn't going to offer any solutions. I guess that is the only solution that I have. Start asking that question. What value do you bring?
Both sexes can ask that question. What value do you bring to the relationship?
Be offended? Fine. They'll think about it. And once we start getting people, women, to think more deeply about who they are and what they offer and what their value would bring to a man, and how that value could be matched, then we'll start creating some healthy, beautiful women in relationships, and it'll be really great for everyone. That's my call to action. Ask that question. Here's another call to action. Who's going to the Men's 21 convention? You know who's going to the men's convention? I am. I'm a girl, but I'm a girl. So I would love to meet you.
You gotta give yourself a medal and a pat on the back because you're a woman going to the Men's 21 convention. Good for you. Everyone, have a pat on the back for Jennifer Molesky. Oh.
I would love to meet the people that are interested in my message. I don't even think you have to agree, but if you're interested,
goddamn, I don't have to agree.
I think this convention is going to be awesome. It's this October, like soon, right? The 1st through the 4th. Okay, so you should go. I'm gonna have links in the description, so you can just click on it and then you can get your ticket. It could be so fun. Okay, everyone, that's it. Have a grand old day, and I'll see you next week. Okay? All right, bye.
I mean, yeah. I suppose it's no different than men going to a feminist convention. And again, this video is not meant to offend. This video is made to make you think, to help better understand gender relations. Anyways, YouTube. Thank y'all for watching. And I'll catch you cool cobras later.